The Rasa Lila, Krishna's divine dance with the gopis. The Rasa Lila, one of the most profound and enchanting episodes in the Bhagavata Purana, describes a transcendental dance of Lord Krishna with the gopis, cowherd women of Vrindavan. This mystical event is not merely a dance, but a deeply spiritual allegory symbolizing the soul's yearning for divine union. Setting the stage. The story takes place in Vrindavan during an autumn full moon night when Krishna was in his youth, appearing to be around 16 years old. The atmosphere was magical. The moonlight bathed the forests in a silver glow. A gentle breeze carried the scent of jasmine and lotus, and the Yamuna River flowed melodiously nearby. On this perfect autumn evening, Krishna decided to play his flute. The Bhagavata Purana describes his flute playing as so enchanting that it could captivate all living beings. Not just humans, but animals, birds, and even inanimate objects seemed to pause and listen. The call of the flute. As the divine notes of Krishna's flute floated through the air, they reached the homes of the gopis in the nearby village. The sound was unlike anything they had ever heard. It spoke directly to their hearts, awakening a profound spiritual yearning. The Bhagavata describes how the gopis, upon hearing the flute, immediately stopped whatever they were doing. Some were serving dinner to their families, some were applying makeup, some were cleaning their homes, some were feeding their children, and some were retiring to bed. But the call of Krishna's flute was irresistible. Without thinking of their social obligations, appearances, or the proper codes of conduct, the gopis rushed toward the forest where the sound originated. Some left in such haste that they wore mismatched clothes or jewelry. Some left their makeup half applied. Some didn't even properly close the doors of their homes. The test in teaching. When the gopis arrived in the forest clearing where Krishna awaited, they were filled with joy at seeing him resplendent in the moonlight, adorned with wildflowers and peacock feathers. However, Krishna initially surprised them by asking why they had come, suggesting they should return to their homes and fulfill their duties to their families. This was a test of their devotion and a lesson about the seriousness of spiritual commitment. Krishna explained that proper women should not leave their families at night to meet someone in the forest. He appeared to be advocating conventional morality and Dharma, duty. The gopis, heartbroken at these words, explained that the highest Dharma is devotion to God. They told Krishna that having awakened their spiritual longing through his flute, he shouldn't reject them now. They had abandoned everything for him, not out of mundane attraction, but because their souls recognized the divine call. Their words revealed the depth of their spiritual understanding, and Krishna, pleased with their devotion, agreed to spend the night with them in divine play. The divine dance begins. Krishna then expanded himself through his yogic powers to dance personally with each gopi. The Bhagavata Purana describes how each gopi believed that Krishna was dancing exclusively with her. This multiplication of Krishna's forms symbolizes how the Supreme relates individually with every devoted soul. The dance began in a circle formation known as the Rasa Mandala. Krishna would position himself between two gopis, placing his arms around their shoulders. As the dance progressed, the gopis would occasionally believe themselves to be superior, due to receiving Krishna's special attention. Sensing this spiritual pride, Krishna would suddenly disappear from the dance. Krishna's disappearance. Krishna's disappearance from the Rasa dance is a crucial spiritual lesson in the narrative. When the gopis discovered that Krishna had vanished, they were overcome with separation anxiety. They began searching frantically throughout the forest, asking trees, plants, and animals if they had seen him. In their state of separation, they even began to imitate Krishna's activities, showing how intense devotion can lead to identification with the beloved. The gopis' lament in Krishna's absence constitutes some of the most moving poetry in the Bhagavata Purana. They sang the Gopi Geet, a song expressing the pain of separation from the divine, which is considered by many commentators to represent the highest form of devotion. The return and completion. When Krishna returned, he explained that he had disappeared because of their momentary pride. This teaches that even on the highest spiritual path, ego can create obstacles. However, seeing their sincere remorse in overwhelming love, Krishna reappeared before them more radiant than before. The dance then resumed with renewed spiritual awareness. The Bhagavata describes how time seemed to stand still. What felt like a moment to the participants was actually a night of Brahma, equivalent to billions of human years, symbolizing how spiritual experience transcends material time. During the dance, Krishna and the gopis would sing together, their anklets and bangles creating rhythmic accompaniment. They would sometimes imitate animals, sometimes echo each other's songs, and sometimes simply gaze at each other in spiritual communion. Spiritual significance. The Rasa Lila carries profound spiritual meaning that transcends its apparent form. Divine love. The gopis' love represents the purest form of devotion, Bhakti, free from material desire or expectation of reward. Unity in multiplicity. Krishna dancing simultaneously with thousands of gopis, while each believes he is with her alone, symbolizes how God relates individually with every soul. Transcendence of social norms. The gopis abandoning societal conventions represents how ultimate spiritual commitment sometimes transcends worldly duties. Separation as devotion. The pain of separation, viraha, that the gopis feel when Krishna disappears is considered an even higher form of devotion than union. Beyond sensuality, though depicted in apparently romantic terms, traditional commentators emphasize that the Rasa Lila is completely spiritual, representing the soul's relationship with God. Conclusion in the text. The Bhagavata Purana concludes the Rasa Lila chapter with an important statement. Those who hear this narrative with faith and without materialistic interpretation will attain supreme devotion and be freed from mundane lust. This indicates the text's awareness of potential misinterpretations and its emphasis on the story's spiritual rather than literal meaning. In Hindu tradition, the Rasa Lila is celebrated through dance dramas, paintings, and sculptures. It remains one of the most cherished episodes in devotional literature, symbolizing the highest expression of love between the individual soul and the divine. It is said that anyone who listens to this sacred tale with faith and without misunderstanding its deeper meaning will attain true love for the divine. And so, even today, the Rasa Lila is celebrated with dance, music, and devotion, an eternal reminder of the soul's ultimate journey toward divine love. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such inspiring tales. See you in the next video.